Right now at 5, new documents reveal an earlier investigation into Vernon County's deputy sheriff. Employees say his actions created a terrible culture, but he wasn't disciplined.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 5.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 5. I'm Ken Kozarowski. In February, News 8 Now reported Vernon County Sheriff's chief deputy was placed on administrative leave for violating harassment and anti-retaliation policies. A co-worker reported Nathan Campbell accused her of reporting private information about him in a past investigation. Today, News 8 Now anonymously received the findings of that past investigation. News 8 Now's Dua Israr joins us live in studio to explain why Campbell was first under that investigation almost 2 years ago.
Ken, in the report, multiple employees said Campbell's behavior created the worst office culture they had ever seen. 4 separate complaints in 2021 claimed Chief Deputy Nathan Campbell engaged in various forms of misconduct, including taking too much time off, misreporting the hours he worked, using his county vehicle for personal use, harming the department's reputation through alcohol-related behaviors, and inappropriate contact with an employee's wife. Campbell told investigators his time cards do not always match the exact hours he worked, but he's maintained he has never claimed extra hours. Campbell admitted to using his county-issued vehicle for personal errands, but says he pays for all gas out of pocket. However, Campbell could not provide any receipts. Employees also stated Campbell's vehicle had been parked outside of bars and taverns. Campbell admitted to frequenting those bars, but denied driving his county-issued vehicle. He also denied harming the department's reputation through alcohol-related behaviors. At the end of their 2-month investigation, investigators recommended Campbell not be disciplined. In the more recent investigation we reported on in February, HR had recommended the sheriff fire Campbell or demote him. Current Sheriff Roy Torgerson placed Campbell on administrative leave in January and required him to undergo remedial training. Torgerson also said any more violations would result in severe consequences. Campbell returned to the sheriff's office in March. Now, we reached out to Sheriff Torgerson about the 2021 investigation. Torgerson was deputy sheriff at the time and says he cannot comment because he wasn't involved. He says a statement could be coming later today or early next week. Ken?
All right, Dua, thanks very much. In the meantime, Wisconsin DOT says it is executing an emergency contract to repair State Highway 35 near the site of the train derailment near DeSoto. DOT says the heavy equipment used to clean up last week's derailment damaged the highway's pavement, shoulders, and pavement markings. Those repairs started today and will continue this weekend. 35 is set to open to traffic under work zone conditions starting tomorrow, so drivers are urged to be cautious. DOT will send a bill for these repairs to BNSF, who pledged to cover costs associated with fixing that train derailment. The Highway 82 crossing to Lansing, Iowa, in the meantime, is open to traffic. As floodwaters continue to recede, Crawford County Emergency Management is encouraging flood-affected residents to call 211 to report flood damage. Residents can also call that number to help disposing sandbags, cleaning flooded basements, and any other assistance. Crawford County EM is also setting up a donation account for flood victims and coordinating with the City of Prairie du Chien for a volunteer cleanup day coming later this month, though those details are still being finalized. But it's something we've been seeing the last couple of days. Eric Dean, floodwaters receding, driving south on Copeland Avenue, the splash pad that used to be completely underwater, now back to normal. So things are trending in the right direction.
Slowly but surely they are, and that's some great news there. One thing to note, though, we do have rain chances in the forecast starting tonight going into the weekend. Let's go ahead and take a look here now at the current conditions across the area, and depending on your location, you're either in the 70s or you're in the 50s. Take a look outside. We're sitting at 75 in La Crosse, 20 degrees cooler in Eau Claire. You go over towards Ladysmith, you're at 60, 67 in Black River Falls, 76 in Sparta, 78 in Boscobel. As we help you plan the next several hours, we'll go to 69 by the 6 o'clock hour, and we're going to stay into the 60s as we go throughout the evening, going into the early part of your overnight hours. And as that temperature drops, the precip chances will start to pick up. We'll see a 20% chance of precip by 7. By the 10 o'clock hour, it goes to a 70% chance, and we'll go to 80% by midnight. So we take a look here at the radar scan right now. You can see a line of rain and thunderstorm activity just to the south of Eau Claire and northwest of La Crosse. That's kind of a precursor as to what's to come as we go into your next several hours. Have a low pressure system that's going to push its way through. We will see the temperatures drop just a little bit as we go into the first part of next week with highs in the low 70s. But coming up in the first warn forecast, we're going to talk about temperatures in the mid to upper 70s. We're going to talk about abundant sunshine, but again, more rain chances.
All right, Eric. Thanks very much. Well, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos today $14 million in state funding for University of Wisconsin system positions focused on diversity. Vos, a Republican, said that workers hired to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion are, quote, burrowed in like a tick on every single college campus. Now, his statements come amid protests at UW-Madison after a video surfaced earlier this week showing a white student using racial slurs and arguing in favor of reinstating slavery. Governor Evers described Speaker Vos's proposal as, quote, wrong-headed. The $13.6 million UW system spends on diversity, equity, inclusion accounts for just 0.2% of its complete annual budget. Area political groups and local business owners are calling on Wisconsin's 3rd District congressman to work for Wisconsin families. Members of Opportunity Wisconsin and Climate Power say Representative Derek Van Orden is voting in favor of big corporations instead of voting for things that will help keep Wisconsin families afloat. Representative Van Orden voted in favor of House Speaker Kevin McCarthy's Limit, Save, Grow Act. That act would raise the country's debt ceiling to prevent a default and reduce deficits over 10 years, but it would cut clean energy tax credits, undo a move to fund the IRS to boost technology and hiring, and block student loan debt relief. Members of Opportunity Wisconsin say it hurts everyday people.
He has voted already time and again for policies that make life tougher for people here. We are here today because it's time for Representative Van Orden to do the right thing, to take on those big corporations and special interests.
Today's event featured speakers talking about high medical costs and inflation hitting local businesses. Now, News 8 Now reached out to Representative Van Orden's office for a response, but we have not heard back yet. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas has a message to migrants. The border is not open and has not been open. The pandemic-era policy called Title 42 that allowed the country to expel migrants expires in 6 days, and that's leading to a new surge of migrants traveling to the southern border to seek asylum. Customs and Border officials say when Title 42 ends, there could be as many as 10,000 crossings a day, almost twice the daily average back in March.
We are reaching the people where they are. It is not only our security obligation, it is our humanitarian responsibility.
The Biden administration has increased the number of appointments migrants can set up via apps, but those apps have reportedly been notoriously unreliable. For Indigenous people all across our nation, today honors the thousands of women they've lost. May 5th is Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women and Girls Day. On this day, people are encouraged to wear red as the color helps call the spirits of the victims back home to their families. To help spread awareness, members of the Ho-Chunk Nation Youth Services Division and the City of La Crosse Parks and Rec hosted a 5K run walk at Burns Park. One leader of the Ho-Chunk Nation says the problem is bigger than it may seem.
This is largely to raise awareness on an issue that isn't just an Indigenous issue. It's an issue from across the country.
I'll be on the lookout of whoever falls asleep first.
Indigenous women are trafficked at a much higher rate than any other race in the country. If you or someone you know needs help, you can contact the Strong Hearts Native Helpline at that number on your screen. We'll have more information on news8000.com. During Mental Health Awareness Month, green means new life, growth, and new beginnings. It was a sea of green shirts today at the Tomah VA Mental Health Walk. Participants wore those shirts to support those with mental illness and continue conversations about the severity of mental health and wellness. As COVID restrictions are being lifted, Tomah VA staff say events like these can benefit someone's mental health.
Very excited. We're very excited as COVID is passing us that we're able to integrate and mingle with our community again a lot more, and so we're excited to have community members here walking with us in support of Mental Health Month.
If you or someone you know is struggling with mental health, a national hotline can be reached at that number on your screen. We'll have more news right after this.
Showing how you feel, it's been a while. Go ahead and smile. Go ahead and smile.
Complete your spring cleanup with help from Menards. Works Outdoor Power Tools have everything you need to maintain your yard. Pick up the 20-volt cordless string trimmer edger and leaf blower combo kit for just $109.99 after rebate. Check out the rest of Works Power Tools and get the job done right. Clean up your yard and save big money. Right now, the Works 40-volt cordless lawnmower is $299.99 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Corporate travel can come with surprises, and it's about time your hotel works for you. What's that? You forgot your toiletries? Holiday Inn has you covered. From the delicious breakfast served hot and ready to helping you relax. Need a good workout? Let our staff do the heavy lifting. Our state-of-the-art workout facility will get you in and out before your next meeting. Holiday Inn Express in Onalaska, taking customer service to a whole new level.
To everyone who appreciates a handcrafted meal, are you ready for a taste of Wisconsin?
Butterburger's cooked fresh, just the way you like.
The way you love.
Definitely love. And our thick and creamy frozen custard, we make it for you all throughout the day.
All day.
All day, every day. Put it in the extra work and not cutting corners. Takes a little longer.
But it's how we've always done it at Culver's. Because making your meal with care shows how much we care.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
It's big, really big. At Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, we're overstocked on some of our best brands and most popular styles. That means big savings for you. On top of sale prices, if it's in our warehouse, you can take an extra $100 off items over $1,000, $200 off items over $3,000, or $300 off items over $6,000. If it's in stock, save even more. But these discounts won't last. Shop Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota, voted your favorite furniture store.
At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make new smiles affordable for everyone, so you don't need to wait another day to get your smile back. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Today, the World Health Organization announced it is ending the emergency it declared for COVID-19 more than 3 years ago. Michael George spoke with CDC doctors about what this means and the future of the fight against COVID.
It's a turning point in the 3-year fight against COVID. On May 11th, the nation's COVID-19 public health emergency will officially expire. But CDC Deputy Director Dr. Nirav D. Shah says that doesn't mean COVID is gone.
Does this at all change how the American public should treat COVID?
COVID-19 remains a risk, even though the public health emergency is coming to a close, especially for Americans who are immune compromised.
What the end of the public health emergency means is a shift in how the government fights COVID. Free tests won't be as readily available, and the CDC will no longer collect state and local data on COVID cases.
Dr. Shah, why now? Why is the public health emergency being ended?
There are a few reasons. The first is that the nature of COVID-19 is different now than it was 1, 2, or 3 years ago. Because of the work of getting vaccinated, getting tests available, and getting therapies, it's not the acute emergency that it was before. That's a good thing, even though it remains a risk.
But the CDC says it will continue to track the disease using data from labs, hospitals, and emergency departments. And doctors believe by testing wastewater, they can detect future COVID outbreaks quickly. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
The CDC recommends people over 65 and those with compromised immune systems keep up to date on their COVID booster shots. Still ahead, the tips you'll need to keep in mind as you prepare before and after for the La Crosse Marathon tomorrow.
And in the world of weather, we are seeing rain and even thunderstorms pushing its way across portions of the Coulee region as well as the Chippewa Valley. Now the question is, how long will the thunderstorm chances last? I'll break everything down in the First Warn forecast on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
When you rent a Culligan water softener, there is no down payment or maintenance costs. Imagine all you could do with the savings. Dive into better water. Contact your local Culligan water dealer.
Dad always said I was special, that I would do something big someday. But for a while, we were just worried about getting to tomorrow. At UW Health, we found the team that made it their mission Not just to get me through the day, but to give me a new life and a new kidney. Now my future is infinite. UW Health. Remarkable.
At Papa Murphy's, we build your pizza with the freshest ingredients. You take it and bake it fresh in your oven.
So technically, I make the pizza.
Right now, get the limited time Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Patio covers to shield you from the rain or sunburn. Operable pergolas, open for light and closed for rain. Patio rooms for seasonal protection from bugs and bad weather. 4-season sunrooms for year-round outdoor living with indoor comfort. Low-maintenance decks, steps, and railings. The Board Store Home Improvements, your local leader in outdoor living for over 30 years. Make every day a vacation in your own backyard. See it all in our showroom. The Board Store Home Improvements, prompt free estimates.
The riddle is, when is a mob of school kids not a mob of school kids? When they're members of a school band or orchestra. That's why we work hard at Lighthold Music to make it possible for every child to have the opportunity to learn a musical instrument. We have low month-to-month rental fees and the no worries insurance that covers everything. 2 years of rental payments go toward the purchase and service by our expert repair technicians. Visit our website for 5-minute online rental.
A lifetime of pleasure, satisfaction, and fun.
Thanks, Lighthold Music.
If you have moderate to severe Crohn's disease, Skyrizi is the first and only IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver clinical remission and endoscopic improvement.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Control of Crohn's means everything to me. Ask your gastroenterologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Tomorrow is the 2023 La Crosse Marathon. Before taking part in the long journey, doctors want you to know how much of a physical and mental toll it can take on your body. Experts at Mayo Clinic Health System recommend stay hydrated and don't run on an empty stomach. They also recommend not to do anything you haven't done before to prep, as that can alter your performance. Now, as important as preparation is, doctors say recovery just as important.
Plan that your body will be sore and fatigued for several days after the race. So just planning on able to take it easy and look to get your body weight back up to where it was before the race.
It'll start 6 a.m. tomorrow near the Sparta Chamber of Commerce building. There's also a half marathon and a 5K, so any kind of running enthusiast going to have something for them. This year's marathon route is a little different than last year's. If you want to prepare for that, we've got a link with more info at news8000.com. Another sure sign of warm weather season is that the farmers market is back at La Crosse's Cameron Park. This year, that farmers market will be Fridays only from 4 p.m. to dusk. The La Crosse Farmers Market Association says visitors can shop for produce and various local products while also listening, at least today, to music from Frank Moore. The farmers market will run each Friday, rain or shine, now through October. And a nice little jaunt into the summer season. I know one of our photographers actually brought some of those muffins that you may have seen. I haven't gotten to taste them yet, but I'm looking forward to after the 5 o'clock.
Newsroom 5:30.
Yes,
absolutely.
Book it. We'll all be there.
There you go. In all seriousness, though, we were talking about the La Crosse Marathon. So here's a look. If you are running that marathon, your forecast starting at 6 a.m. We'll see temperatures in the mid-50s. We'll see actually the double nickels, 55 degrees. Now the rain chances will be in the forecast as well. If we can go ahead and take the graphics full screen. There we go. 55 degrees by the 6 o'clock hour. By the 8 o'clock hour, 60 degrees, and we'll stay in the low 60s until we get to the noon hour. Then we'll see a temperature of 65 degrees. Now, one thing to note about this forecast is that the rain chances will stay in play throughout your morning and afternoon hours. You can see right there, the rain chances start to dwindle down by the 11 o'clock hour. So all in all, make sure you have some rain gear with you if you are running this marathon, whether it be a poncho or what have you. Now, on the radar scan right now, let's go ahead and take a look here. We do have the line of thunderstorms pushing its way into the Cooley region. Look over towards Winona. You can see a line of thunderstorms pushing its way across the Mississippi into portions of Wisconsin. We'll go ahead and move the map up over towards Arcadia, seeing some heavy rain as well. And then over towards Eau Claire and just to the east of Eau Claire, seeing some heavy rain at this hour. Now, the rain chances for the next several days will stay in play. They'll ramp up as we go into the evening and overnight hours. By the 8 o'clock hour, we'll see a 40% chance. Then there'll be an 80% chance as we go into the 11 o'clock to midnight time frame. Then by 1 a.m., we'll see that temperature the precip chance at 70. And then as we go throughout the day, it's going to hover around 50 to 60% until we get into the late afternoon or late morning, early afternoon hours. So let's talk about tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk, or a 1 out of 5 for severe weather from pretty much Winona and points south, with heavy wind and hail being the main threat. So let's go ahead and dive into that forecast, and we'll explain why that's in play. So right now we have a stationary boundary in play right now, and you see what's going on here. It's just that it's not moving much. And so we take a look at your forecast for tonight. When you wake up in the morning, temperatures will be in the 50s from top to bottom. 52 in Ladysmith, 57 in Prairie du Chien, 58 will be the overnight low in La Crosse. So let's dive into tomorrow. We'll talk about why we have that marginal risk for severe weather. So tonight by 8 o'clock, you see that thunderstorm activity in play. 11 o'clock, it's continuing as well. By 2 a.m., it starts to kind of taper off, and we have a few stray showers in the morning hours. As we go into the afternoon hours, you can see a stray shower there, and then we'll see mostly cloudy skies by the evening and overnight hours. So really? A 1 out of 5 for that? Look, I do agree with just a marginal. That's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be a slight or anything higher. It just needs to stay marginal. Highs tomorrow, 60s and 70s. So we take a look here now at your forecast for La Crosse. We'll see that temperature going to the 70s tomorrow. That thunderstorm chance picking up as we go throughout the day. Just a stray shower or two. Mid-60s will be the rule by the 8 o'clock hour. So let's take a look here at the next 8 days. And then we go to 78 for Monday, 76 Monday, 74 Tuesday, 77 Wednesday, back into the upper 70s for Thursday and Friday. Friday, though, that's the only day where we don't have a precip chance in the forecast. Otherwise, stray shower or two the next several days. But one thing to note about tomorrow, though, is that small risk for severe weather with heavy wind and hail being the main threat. It is something that we are going to keep an eye on.
All right, Eric, thanks very much.
You bet.
When we come back, a heads up for Brewers fans. Hey there, you now have the chance to purchase pieces of Brew Crew history right after this.
Ashley's having a huge sale. Right now, you can get up to 50% off floor models. Plus, shop limited time deals throughout the entire store. These deals won't last long, and once they're gone, they're gone. Hurry to your local Ashley store to shop and save today.
Life's more rewarding at Blaine's Farm and Fleet, especially when it comes to gardening. Right now, get unbeatable deals on supplies to support your backyard bounty. Like all Livingston vegetable and flower seeds, 25% off MSRP. Save $50 on this AgriFab Tow Behind lawn sweeper. These Fiskars garden hand tools, just $4.99. Shop our selection of live flowers and plants in our outdoor garden center. Plus, this Saturday, come test drive select riding mowers and lawn tractors during Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Ride and Drive event. Don't miss it.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present Our Community Cares.
The Parkinson's Moving Day Community Walk and Awareness event on May 6th in Myrick Park. Live music, resource booths, kids' corner, and food trucks to help raise funds for the Parkinson's Foundation. The Friends of the Campbell Library book sale takes place May 6th at the Campbell Town Hall. Hundreds of books, CDs, magazines, and DVDs. Most prices $1 or less.
For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
Ashley's having a huge sale. Right now, you can get up to 50% off floor models. Plus, shop limited time deals throughout the entire store. These deals won't last long, and once they're gone, they're gone. Hurry to your local Ashley store to shop and save today.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
UW-La Crosse hosted its 5th annual Research and Creativity Symposium today. The event allows students and staff to present their research work in different ways, including oral presentations, poster displays, and artistic works. The event featured over 230 poster and oral presentations from all departments of study. One coordinator says this is a special chance for the campus to recognize student accomplishments. Now, these events help students build on skills like communication and presentation that'll take them into the workforce. It was a memorable day for students at Winona State. Families watched as their students walked off the stage for commencement to earn their diplomas. The commencement ceremony had 3 different ceremonies to celebrate all 5 schools. If you missed it, you can watch them on HBC TV this weekend. And the original costumes from the Milwaukee Brewers sausage race are up for sale. The man who was in the brat costume in its inaugural run in 1993 has been hanging on to it for decades. He's also got the original Polish and Italian sausage costumes. He says he was basically in the right place at the right time to snag them.
1999-2000, when they were demoing Old County Stadium, they got discarded. They got thrown out with the trash. And at that point in time, a lot of people in the city knew I was a collector, and somebody contacted me, and I was able to obtain them.
Now, if you want them, he's only selling them together as a lot, and the asking price on eBay, 25 grand. Yep, he says he hopes the person who buys them displays them somewhere that the public can enjoy them. Eric's got one final look at your forecast right after this.
Shop for a cause at Home Seasonal Concepts. Home will give you 10% off sale prices on porch and patio when you donate $10 to help ovarian cancer research. Give $10 and get 10% off sale prices now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
So I come to this country looking for opportunities, and I found out in Pilgrims. The opportunities in here are like infinity. Give Pilgrims an opportunity, it's gonna be great, and it's a really, really good place to work.
I went from doing heroin and cocaine on a daily basis to selling things, stealing things, even selling to my friends, and then cutting it down just to keep my addiction going. Knowing that there's Narcan out there that could help you not die and have that chance of tomorrow, I'd hope everyone does their due diligence in learning ways they can get it.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
LaCrosse Glass and Overhead Doors has been selling, servicing, and installing garage doors since 1964 and believe garage doors should be exceptional quality and craftsmanship. We guarantee to help you select a door to fit all of your needs. We offer a large stock inventory of CHI overhead doors, including residential, commercial, rolling steel, and high-speed doors. Visit our website and design the door of your dreams with CHI Door Visions. Get your free quote today.
My career path, I started as a quality technician and was promoted 3 times in 3 years, and now I'm a quality lead. I encourage others to apply at Pilgrims for the pay, the hours, the benefits, and to be one big loving family.
Right now at Home Sleep Express, get interest-free financing on any Tempur-Pedic mattress, plus a $300 bonus shopping cart, free delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee, plus the area's best selection of Tempur-Pedic at Home Sleep Express.
The next 8 days keeps us in the 70s. We do have rain and thunderstorm chances this weekend going into the first part of the next work week. We'll see a front push through. We'll drop the temperatures with highs in the low to mid 70s on Tuesday. Then we go back into the upper 70s for your Thursday going into next Friday. Next Friday, though, it's the only day where we do not have a rain chance in the forecast. But the rain chances are very scattered in nature, if you will.
Sure, yeah, I mean, the highest percentage there, 40, and probably not going to go higher than that at this point?
No, not at all.
All right, well, that's good news.
Yeah.
Eric, thanks very much, and thanks for joining us tonight at 5.